Well, good evening. Good evening, Ivan Maric from Vinistra. Good evening to you from Poland, from Croatia and Poland. We start the Istrian tasting. So it would be 12 wines from Istria. Well, just an introduction. Istria and Poland has a long relationship. Not only now we are going to Istria for holidays, but imagine 100 years ago. 100 years ago, Sienkiewicz celebrated the Nobel Prize in Istria, and Marshal Piłsudski, after robbing the gold train and getting some money for the resistance in Poland, also went to Istria. Robbing train is, yeah, it's a tough job, right? So this is an important place. This was and is an important place for us. And now, Ivan, the floor is yours. Hello, the director of Vinistra Association. Uh,
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and hello to Poland from Istria, from Croatia. So I would like to thank you to be part of this webinar, and hope that you will enjoy our tasting, our wines. So first of all, I would like to say some words about Istria, how about the region. So. Maybe you all know Istria as a tourist region. Maybe you've been here, you see our cities, our sea. Try to be here in summer when it's very popular, but definitely if you didn't try, you need to try our wines. So first about the region and why it's so important, the tourism in this area. So practically we live mostly from tourism. This is our main deal, and the other stuff it's going on during tourism season and helping us to develop other structures and other developments. So we have 5 million visitors during the all year. Basically, the most it's in summer, June, July, and August. But also, it's very nice to be here in pre-season and post-season. Why is Istria so important? Because it's very well renowned as a beautiful sea, clear sea. And also we had very good gourmet restaurants and bars. For 7 years in a row, Istria was pronounced the best olive oil region in the world. So definitely also you need to try our olive oils. Next, Peter. 5 key elements of Istria are, like I said, wine, olive oil, truffles. If you didn't try truffles, we have white and black truffles that are very famous in this area. Accommodation, and you should see it. Definitely the gourmet stuff, the food. We have a lot of fish, meat, which is combined with our wine. Next. So I would like to tell us something about the wine tourism. Definitely, many wine lovers are here to combine our sea and our wines. We have more than 300,000 wine lovers that came from all over the world. Definitely, we need to say that Polish people are one of those. Now the Polish people are on the 6th place of numbers of visiting. We have 130,000 visitors during the whole year, and they spend 1 million overnights in our region. So definitely Polish know very well Istria, and they love it. So, of course, I would like to invite everyone who never been here to visit it. Regarding the sellers, we have more than 150 producers who are mostly based in Istria, but also we are expanding as an association to Quarner region that is part of Istria Association. So we have some wineries also there. And during the year, we have a lot of wine events, more than 30, but definitely the main thing is Finistra. It's the same name as our association. That is a wine fair in May, but I will talk later about that. Next. About wine regions in Croatia, we have four main regions. As you can see at the picture, we have in the north Croatia uplands, at the east Slavonia and the Danube region, and at the south Dalmatia, and on the west it's Istria and Quarner. That it's together. It's Vinistra Association that is providing a service to the wineries. As you can see, we are very close to the Slovenia and Italy. So Venice is practically very close to Istria, and Austria, Hungary, also Poland and Germany are very close, and most of the tourists are coming with the car. So we are practically few hours away from the south of Germany, Austria, Italy, and so on. Next. Why is Istria so important? So for 1,000 years, the Greek bring the wine grape in this area. So 6th century before Christ, and after that we have cultivated this culture for many years. Since today we have 3,000 hectares. So this is a big area covered by vineyards, and with a yearly production of over 10 million bottles. We have more than 10 million. We have more than 10 million bottles, which is mostly in Istria Malvasia variety. That it's about 70% of total production. And after that is Teran, and one also part is Žlaktina. Why is so important Istria Malvasia? Because it's very different from the other varieties. Malvasia is our indigenous variety, and its wine. It's a yellow and gold color with smell of white fruit and acacia flower. So it is fresh, dry, fine structure, and harmonic wine that you will for sure try today, and I hope you will enjoy it. We have today 8 different kinds of Malvasia, and definitely it's one of our main grape varieties for our region. And the second one is Teran. Teran is a red variety that it's also our indigenous variety, moderate with moderate amount of sugar and high acidity content. Today, so you will try two wines from that grape. So definitely, it's one our thing that you should try. And we have also here a map of Istria. So you can see we are surrounded by the sea, and we have the coastal part. Many wineries, but also in the interior part where are many hills, and the vineyards are planted at around 300 meters above the sea level. On the next slide, you can see where are situated these wineries. Please, Piotr, if you can. Yes, so where are situated? So mostly they are on the west coast and on the north part. There are some wineries in the south part and on the east part, but definitely, as you can see, mostly are in the west northern part, because there are the climate and the soil. It's very good for the grapes we have here. So Istria divided by mostly by red and white soil. There are also gray and black soil, but in the small areas. Next. Something about Vinistra. Vinistra, it's a name for wines from Istria, and it's very popular as is working until from 1994, so practically 28 years. The association it's been developed and based in Porridge, and let's say it's the main association that is working on this area. Next. So we can say that Vinistra it's one of the first association in Croatia, especially in wine industry, and we have developed our own competition that is held in Porridge from in April mostly, and where we choose the best wine of Istria, Slovenian Istria and Kvarner region, and also we have a competition that is for the best Malvasia of the world. This is part of our competition, and we are giving them the best platinum or gold awards to those wines. Next. So, well, you can see here that it's Malvasia it's been growing each year, and we have samples from all over the globe. So from Spain, Portugal, Greece, Italy, and also from the United States. We would like to expand those samples, and as every year we are growing, so we have more than 300 samples, and we are choosing this year for the first time the best Malvasia of the world, and this is covered by OIV. So this is an international competition where only 30% of the samples are giving the medals. And the main, as I said before, the main event, it's Vinistra, that is situated in Porridge. In the second week of May, we have 130 exhibitors for 3 days in a big sport hall in Porridge called Žatika, where we are doing masterclass, degustation, and presenting the best wines from this region, but also we have hosts from other regions of the world. So definitely, if you haven't been here in the second week of May, please come to see our exhibition and try all our wines in our region. Yes, this last year it was very difficult to organize our event, so we choose to be outside. For the first time, we did it a few meters from the sea in a big place called Pesquera. That it was really nice, but it was in the middle of June, so it was really hot. But we had a lot of tourists coming and trying our wineries. So we are trying to do something different to the occasion of COVID pandemic, and let's hope that next year we will. This year we will be again in Dvorana in Sport Hall Žatika. And this is the contact of our president, who is also a winemaker. He will present his wine at last. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy this webinar. And please feel free to contact us or ask anything you will need during the seminar or later on.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Thank you very much. That was a really interesting introduction. And so this is the second week of May, yes?
Yes.
Malvasia competition.
No, the fair, it's the second week of May, and the competition is the second week in April.
This is Josip, very well. Josip, we can see you. Great. So very well. We turn you off now. We just had, sorry folks, we just had some problems, technical issues with Josip, so now it's fine. Okay. Very well. Everybody's with us. Good. So the fair is on the second week, in the second week of May. It's already the holiday time, yeah, there in Istria.
Yeah, it's starting in May. It's starting the main season, and let's say from Easter on, the tourists are coming. Yeah, because the weather is getting better and sunny, and the temperature are going up.
Good, perfect. Thank you very much, Ivan. And now we start the tasting. And the first one is well, actually, I'm not sure whether it's Mia or Sabina, but whoever it is, I believe it's Sabina from Viña Laguna. And yes, Sabina, join us, please. Hello. Yes.
Hi,
Hi.
do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. We
Great,
see you. So,
great. So,
good evening.
thank you so much. My name is Sabina Rados. I'm the export manager at Vina Laguna Winery. So, I will start with a few more words about our winery. So, actually, the company, it's dated 1934, changed during the years, changed a lot of company structure. But right now, we are a private company who focused all the businesses into three main production. So we are cheese production. We are making cheese. We are olive oil producer, and our core business is actually a wine producer. And we are here about our wines. So let's start. Our winery is situated in the town of Porridge. Quite in the center, not quite, but in the center, let's say. And all our vineyards actually are approximately 20 kilometers all around it. So our vineyards are situated on red soil, which Ivan mentioned it, and also a bit inside of Istria, near the small town of Viginada, on the hilly part on white soil. And this is a kind of an important thing when I'm talking about all our wines. So from all our vineyards and for all our production, more than 60% it's going to our Malvasia as a main wine variety here in Istria and also for us. So from all the production, we are producing the Malvasia in different wine range, different levels. And today I will present it to you our premium white wine under the brand name Festigia Malvasia Istarska. So our wines, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the vineyard. We have more vineyards all around it of Malvasia. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to choose blocks of vineyards and part of small vineyards to make a selection of the grapes, to choose the grapes, to make the wine we are looking for. And this is our Festigia. Let's say this is our Malvasia premium wine. So from 4 small vineyards, we are taking the grapes, which are really close to Porridge, in, let's say, half an hour, 45 minutes maximum. The grapes are allocated from our vineyards to start the production, which is very important. So the vineyards of Festigia Malvasia are 8 kilometers far away from Porridge on shallow red soil, 110 meters of elevation, which is very important. The red soil, so the clay, actually maintain the humidity during the hot summer period, which is very useful after that for the maturation of grapes. The 110 meters, it's not so high, but still it's constantly fresh breeze or cool down the temperature during the maturation period. And at the end we get mature and flavored grapes to choose it for Malvasia Festigia. So we started from the vineyards. We are making the selection and monitoring of that, and after that we are making the wine. Differences between our Malvasia and other Malvasia that we are making, it's aged in stainless steel, but stay more or less 5 to 6 months on a fine yeast. So we are actually trying to get a rounded well balanced wines, who you can actually drink it alone if you want, or actually make a combination with some typical Eastern food or some other international food, whatever you want. If I may ask for different slides. Okay, thank you. So we are also talking about some awards that we are winning during the years when we started the selection of the grapes and we decided how to get this Malvasia Festigia. We also started to send our wines to different international competition to see if we are making a good. So we are making our wines in a good direction, and all our awards that we won during the last 10 years, let's say, but even more years, actually gave us the idea that we are making a good wine and we are going to the good direction. Today we will present not only our white wine, but we will present some red wine. And I hope you really enjoy our wines, and you will actually try to find the best combination for our wine or food. Thank you.
Thank you. I cannot connect myself. Hope you hear me.
Yeah, right now I'm hearing you.
Okay. So, and any comments on the wine? Because we are now tasting the first. Or perhaps you come back later with the second one.
Yeah, maybe later will be some more questions.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sabina. And now this is Pavel and Pervino Winery. Pavel? Hello? Something. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And this is your time. I try to turn me off and then come back.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Pavel, or Paul, if you easier for you. I coming from Pervino Winery. We are family winery and make the wines. It's our core business, and the grapes, the olive oil, and liquors. It's like something what we have also in our production. Pervino, it's mean our family name. It's Pershuric. That's its first three letters from our family name, and the vino. It's in Croatian language. It's wine. It's name for wine. Then it's Pervino winery started 2002. We start like more convention winery. We sell more open wine, and we start with producing bottling and what we say a little bit more quality wine from 2012. That means that we are not old winery what is see, and we try to figure what is best for us, and what we need to make it better. We are from Novigrad. We are on the west coast, and we have red soil. And we are very, very close to the sea. That means the the closest wineries is just 50 meters from the sea. This type of climb, it's good for us, I think. We have a great result for wine, typical sort what we have Malvasia Terran, but we have also some international sort like Chardonnay, Muscat, Merlot, or Cabernet Sauvignon. We are focused on Malvasia and Terran. That means that we make from this sort, we make everything what wine industry can make. We make like sparkling wine, fresh wine, aged wine, and we want to see what is the limit of this sort. This wine, what we taste, what you will taste today, it's something new for us, and I will say it's first time that we bottling this type of wine, and I think that you will enjoy it. Pervino Winery have 15 hectares of vineyards and make from 120 to 150,000 liter wine per year. The 60% of all wine is Malvasia, what is usually here in Istria. What is also usually that we are for a tourist region, and we have a lot of tourists, and we are focused also one part of production on tourists, and we have make a new winery 2 years ago, new tasting room, new cellar and everything, and I think that it's very, very nice. What I can tell about this wine, it's a little bit different, I think, from the other wine what you taste today. It's named Orange, what is also mean that it's 4 months of maceration, the grapes. That's mean that we after picking the grapes, we make wine like red, more or less. It's very important for this type of wine that you have very ripe grapes, and that you can have 4 months of maceration. If not, you will have green tannins and green taste also. What this mean 4 months of maceration? We actually fermentation in stainless steel tank, and we fermentation on 17 degree. That means that we want to use something new technique in production of wine, and use something old. That means we want to blend this technique together. We have cold fermentation, but in the same time we have long maceration of this grape, and we want to make a full body wine with great structure, but in the same time very drinkable. After fermentation, 20% of this wine is going in wood barrels, but just to have a little lot of wood inside, that we don't want to make so much woody taste. I want to tell you what is important about this wine. We make like unfiltered wine, but what that mean? Malvasia have a very big problem with proteins. That's mean I don't know how much you are inside of wine production, But to have stable wine on proteins, you need to use bentonite to have protein stability. And usually you use something about 40-50 grams of bentonite per hectoliter, but on Malvasia you need 200 to 250 grams. That's mean when you make protein stability, you move a little bit of taste, and you move a little bit of monoproteins from the wine, and you have I'm sorry, you have a low body, yes, of wine, and we use just a few grams of bentonite to make stability of this wine. That's mean that this wine it's not stable on proteins. That's mean that it's in future it can have participation in the bottle, and we say that it's need to decant this wine. But also what is also important when you drink this wine, that we are bottled 1 month ago, and the wine have a little bit up and go a system inside the bottle. And now I will say it's not 100% what this wine is present. Decanting of this wine, it's been better. It's give a little bit of air and give such more aromas, and it's be better.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pavel. I
you.
think we should speed up. Tell me the price, the average retail price in
Our
Croatia.
retail price in our cellar is 12 euro.
12 euro.
Yes.
12 euro. Okay. And how long you can keep this wine? How do you think?
I say it's first time that we produce this wine, but we want to say that this wine in time it will be better. That's mean full potential of this wine is been in 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And the total production of this wine is?
For first time, it's not so much. We produce 2,000 bottles.
2,000 bottles. Good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pavel. And now, yes, I didn't ask Mia Laguna about the price, but Sabina will be back with us. And yes, and now is Lara Zgrablic. We have a question in the chat here. No, it's just a comment, very fruity and nice. Yeah, so Pavel, you have wine lover here. This wine, and Lara. Hi, good evening.
Hi everyone. Do you hear me?
We hear you and we see you. Yes.
Okay,
go
great.
on, please.
Go. So hi everyone. I'm Lara, one of 2 winemakers in Silvis Winery. We are a small family winery from central of Istria, from a village called Sveti Petar u Šumi, which on English is St. Peter in Forest. And this word in forest is connected with name in Silvis, because in Silvis is the same, only all the name on Latin. So we started 7 years ago, like a new young family with a new and young vineyard. Okay, please, next slide. Yes, this is a part of our vineyard, Malvasia. In these 7 years, I think we did a lot, and every year we are growing and even plant more vineyards. So we have a smaller and older now. Next. Yes, next two. Okay. First year when we start of course with Malvasia, as a fresh young wine, so only in still, and every other year we add some new wines, and today we have 5 different kinds, 2 white, 1 red, rosé, and 1 dessert from dried berries, but it's mostly made from Malvasia or Teran. Okay. Part of our wines we are aged in barrels, mostly barriques, but we have a bigger one of 500 or 200 liters too. Okay, next. Yes, and this is our 5 different kinds of wine, and we separate the fresh wines, Malvasia and Rosé, and in different kind of bottle are aged wines called arbor. Arbor means wood on Latin. And today you will try this arbor Malvasia. Yes, this is it. This is a wine made from variety Malvasia, 2019. The difference between normal fresh Malvasia is that this is 2 days of cryo-maturation, so maturation in the temperature between 0 and 4 Celsius of around 48 hours. After alcoholic fermentation in still goes 1 year aged in oak barrel, but mostly these barrels are not toasted, so you can feel feel the serious and wood aroma, but not very toasted, so it's the aroma of Malvasia are not covered. After aging goes in a bottle and age more another 6 months in bottle before we go for selling. This is much more complex and more serious and wine that fresh Malvasia are usually. What is important to say, we are in Central Istria where we have red soil with a lot of stone, so our wines has always salty and minerality in the taste, but still very, very fresh and very aromatic one. Okay, I think that's it about the wine.
Okay, salty indeed, and minerally. Very nice wine. Tell me the price in Croatia at the winery when I come.
80 kunas, so it's around 11 euros.
11 euros.
11 and a half.
Mm-hmm. And the total production is?
Total of our wine. We are around of this 2,000-3,000 of bottles per year. Okay. Every year more, of course.
Okay, nice green bottle. You know, this would be good for St. Patrick's Day in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah, we are trying to connect the visual with the name and the forest and the meaning of our village.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, thank you very much. It's really fine. Thank you. Stay with us. Let's wait for some comments. And now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And now this is Mate Mekish and Bertosha wines. And if you have any questions to Lara or any comments to her wine, please write in chat. I hope you will.
Yeah. Me too.
No, sometimes they are very timid at the beginning. Mate Mekish, hello. Mate. Oh, yes. Hi.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. This is your time, guys. Go on.
Super. So thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm Mate. and I will help Robbie Bertoscia to present the winery and also the wine that you will test today. So the winery Bertoscia, it's like a family tradition. It's one of the youngest in the area, and they're used to produce wine like in addition to the agriculture. But in 2006, Robbie started intensively with wine production, and in 2009 was the first bigger or some serious herbst. The winery is situated in a little place called Caldir, nearby Motovun. It's in central Istria, on the hills. So it's on the sea level. The vineyards are from 40 to 350 meters. So it's different vineyards because it's a very hilly part nearby the valley. So he has it's that different of sea level meters where the vineyards are situated. And what else? Yes, in one important year is not so far away. It's in 2020 when he decided to go out with a brand. The brand is Berba Bertoscia, so he changed all the labels and go out with this brand. It's a game between the surname, so the name of the winery, Bertoscia, and Berba, which in Croatian means herbst. Today, the production of all variety is around 25,000 liters per year, and the vineyards has a total of around 7 hectares located on various hills. Usually these hills are looking on southeast, so to the sun. And yes, he produced 3 types, 3 variety, so 3 sorts. It's Malvasia, it's Grey Pinot, and Teran. Which the ratio is like 70% for the white wines, Malvasia and Pinot, and 30% of red wine, Teran. In this moment, he has 5 labels. There is fresh Malvasia, aged Malvasia that you will you will test now, the Grey Pinot, and the Teran red wine. Also, he started producing, I think, 2 years ago, the sparkling wine. It's a rosé, it's a classic method of production, and he made it around 1,000 bottles per year. The wine that you will test today, it's the aged Malvasia in 2019. So the vineyards are also located, as I can say, on southeast, and it's on terraces. So it's the hills, and on the terraces are this wine, so on cascade. The herbst of this wine is usually at the end of August. The wine is total Malvasia, so 100% of Malvasia. It's dry wine, 40% of alcohol, and usually the maceration is 12 hours. And he put it in wood for 12 months and 3 months of batonnage. The price of this Malvasia, it's around 15 euros, buy it in a winery. And yes, you can, the best temperature for this Malvasia for serve it is between 10 and 12 degrees. You can try it with some typical Eastern foods like fish from the oven, or also because it's truffle region here around Motovun and Caldir, so of course with truffle. You can smell, you can test some notes of vanilla, dry apricots, dry almonds, which are also after test feeling. And yes, it's drawity. The wine is nice to drink, harmonious. So try it, and then ask in the chat if you have other questions.
Okay, thank you. You have white truffles there in Motovun, yeah?
Yeah, so it's the most known truffle in the world. In Italy and around Motovun, it's that big wood which the hunting, where the people hunting truffle. And it's Magnatum Pico, the white one, which is the most known. And in 2099, if I'm not sure, but I think that was this year, was founded the biggest in the world. So it's also today the Guinness.
And you use dogs or pigs for that?
Usually dogs.
Okay. Pigs are not very, they do not collaborate when they find.
Yeah, no, they collaborate, but it's so the dogs are faster.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they are faster. Sure. Okay. Very nice. Tell me the price at the winery.
Yeah, it's around, for this aged Malvasia, it's around 15 euro.
15 euro. And if the total production is 25,000 liters, yes, if I understood well.
Yeah.
So this wine is about?
This wine is about 1,000 bottle, also 1,000 bottle.
Okay, so this is very limited production, yeah? This is...
Yeah.
1,000 bottle. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Motavun is a beautiful village, beautiful small town, yeah? And I remember that there was a giant from Motavun. Yeah, there's a
Jože.
yes. Right. Good. Thank you very much, guys.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Stay with us. We love the fruit and almond hints in the nose. It's this one or it's the previous one? Almond. Good. Thank you. And now Antonella and Kozlovich wine. And Antonella, you're already here. Hello, good evening. The microphone, I can't hear you. I just can see you, I cannot hear you.
What about now?
And now it works. Yes. Hello.
Very
This is
well.
your time. Good evening.
Thank you very much. Hello to everybody. Hello to you. I have a great pleasure today to present to you our family and our story. I am Antonella, and with my family, we are working very hardly and very focused on improving the quality of Istrian grapes. We are now the fourth generation. In the picture in front of you is my husband and me. And we are 6 in family, but the olders were working just 2 days. The child was in school, so just 2 of us for the beginning. The team is a little bit bigger because we grown up in our 4th generation. Our story started in 1904 with a very small piece of land, just half a hectare of vineyard. It was Antonio Kozlovich, the first man in love with vines and juice and wine. And he decided he would like to plant a small piece of land where he will implant the vines and he will produce wine. It was the next, can I have the next slide and then we will come back? The next, yes. He planted just half a hectare in this wonderful valley, which is on the west part of Istria, 20 kilometers inside from the coast, situated in the valley under Momian. So he started to work and have a wonderful idea and a big intention to promote Malvasia first of all, but he doesn't have enough land. So he started to deal with the church. The church was the main owner of the land, and he started to deal to have a little bit bigger piece. So in the 2nd generation, the family grew onto 2.5 hectare, and always focused on local indigenous grape. Except Malvasia, in the valley of Momian, we have another very important variety for us. It's Muscat Momianski, as the name is telling by itself. It's a very local grape, more local instead of Malvasia Istriana, and it's concerning a 200 hectare, which can be planted around the Momian village. We already get the DOP for the Muscat Momianski, and in the next tasting, I will be very pleased to present you also the Muscat Momianski wine. So we stopped on the second generation. The third generation work hard and grow on 4.5 hectares of vineyards. And then started to be our moment, my husband and mine, and we decided to turn the story a little bit different. We decided, first of all, to concentrate on quality, and we decided to grow up. We were lucky because we have the possibility to take in rent in the year 2000 a big piece of land onto Santa Lucia position, and that's the position we are looking in front of us at this moment. It's a hill which has 25 hectares of vineyards, and this position was mostly planted in 1961 by a local agricultural company. We approach on the competition. We were a small family at that moment, just the 6 of us. And we present our great idea to employ the people from the territory. And we won on the competition, and we get the 20 hectares of very devastated vineyard. So during the time, we decided to replant the missing position, to keep the vines we can have, because we were from that until now, concentrate just on quality. On one side, we grow on 30 hectares of vineyard, as we have now, 70% Malvasia, 50% Muscat Momianski, and then between Teheran, 5%, and other international variety, 5%. So we grow it in vineyard, and we should do the same also in cellar space. In front of you is the cellar we grown or we built from 2007 till 2012, 5 years of building, because we would like to create ideal condition for wine production. Always our focus was to issue to the consumer a constant quality, but also a growing up in quality from every single vintage, better and better. We were focused mainly on Malvasia, speaking about target. So we try, first of all, to propose to the market a fresh Malvasia, very light, very fruity, very easy drinking, pleasant, not too alcohol level, but the main target was to propose to the consumer a very friendly Malvasia. In the next moment, we get the Santa Lucia position, and we started to produce a Malvasia which would like to be a stronger one, less quantity per each vine, so aged in oak, and propose to the market a Malvasia which can be stored or aged for 10 and more years. And in between those two, so the fresh Malvasia and the aged Malvasia, Santa Lucia, we were thinking about the consumer which would like to have a little bit more in quality instead of the fresh Malvasia, the regular one, and on this other side, the aged Malvasia. So that's the reason why we decided to go with the Selekcija Malvasia. The Selekcija Malvasia in our production is quite a young wine. The vintage 2018 you have in your glasses at this moment is just the 3rd year of our production. So we started in 2016, and we have till now the 16, 17, and 18. We are starting from the selection of the grape, as the name is already trying to express. The grape is from Santa Lucia position. We are doing the first selection in the vineyard, so to try to divide everything which is a bad mold or some disease, and to enter into the cellar just with the best grape. We are picking everything by hand. We are very concentrating always on the quality. We are thinking that it's better not to produce a year if it's not the best one, instead of issue to the consumer an average quality. The second selection will be done in the cellar on the table selection, so we will be sure that in the tank will enter just the best berries. 24 hours of skin contacts, so just a little bit of maceration, and then this Malvasia will go in inox tank to ferment it 17 to 20 days, depending very much on a year, under controlled fermentation. Will be staying in inox tank for 10 to 11 months. So before the next harvest, we will be bottling, and then we like to age it in bottles 2 to 3 years before we will be releasing on the market. The vintage 2018 was released in 2021. At this moment, she is basically sold out. We have just a small quantity, and we are thinking about the 2019, but still not ready for the market. She is a little bit too young for this moment. So the main characteristic you will be enjoying by yourself, but our target was to have a fresh Malvasia, a pleasant Malvasia, but by aging to have a softer and creamier Malvasia instead of a fresh one.
Thank you very much, Antonella. That was very interesting. Thank you. Tell me the price.
At the cellar door, when the consumer is coming, it's 20 euro.
20 euro.
Yes.
And the production, as you're slightly bigger than the others, so the production is the total production of Selekcja Malvasia.
We have 50 hectoliters, just 6,600, but we would like to produce more and to have less of the regular Malvasia. So we would like to go much more in growing in quality and have less quantity of the regular.
Okay. Any comments to this Malvasia? Hello?
They are enjoying. We'll need them to live to enjoy.
Okay, stay with us, please, Antonella. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
We like it a lot. Yes, that's a good comment.
Thank you, Ella.
Waiting for some more, perhaps. And somebody's writing. Okay, let's. Good wine, nice aroma. Puro Hotel. Oh, Puro Hotel. This is your first in history, first comment. Great. Yeah. Okay, guys. Anna and Kabola, Winery Kabola.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
So this is your time, and you're definitely not Patricia. You're
No,
Anna.
I'm Anna.
You're Anna. Okay, Anna.
So I'm Anna Markezic, and today I have the pleasure to present my family winery Kabola. It's situated near a small town of Mumian. This on the picture, this is my father, the head of our winery, and the third generation of our family winery that dates back from 130 years. So since 1891. Last year we celebrated 130 years of our winemaking history. Kabola is situated in the northwestern Istrian Peninsula at 275 meters above the sea level, with a view of the Alps and the Dolomites on one side, and the lush greenery of nature and the beautiful sea panorama on the other. As you can see from the picture, the proximity of the sea aerates. It's really near the sea, so the wind coming from the sea aerates our vineyards. In total, we have 20 hectares of vineyards, which is then located on Stancja Hill, which is situated near Mumian, about 2 kilometers away from our winery, and the rest 10 hectares are situated all around our winery, which is pictured on the in front of you. So our vineyards lay on white soil, and consists mainly of clay rich in marl, which gives the wine their specific and special characteristics. We are organic EU certified winery, and all our wines are strictly handpicked. Here in this picture, my father had a vision before year 2000 that became reality a few years later in 2003, using our indigenous Istrian varieties, first Malvasia and then with the years Teran. He made his vision reality. He was the first one to make vinification wine from Georgian clay amphoras. Those amphoras that you can see from the pictures are situated behind the winery, behind our house, Stone House. And the first wine that we released from Kabola, from Malvasia, was in 2003. So we were the third winemaker in this part of Europe at that time to make this kind of wine. We produce, as you can see here, of course, main grapes are Malvasia Istarska as our indigenous white grape. Then we have our Teran, indigenous red grape, and then unique, aromatic, and exclusive for this territory, our Muscat Momianski, that last year became protected on European level. Momian, it's not so well known in the world, so we hope that with this specific Muscat Momianski, we will become more and more popular, and also the world will try and will know about this really nice aromatic Muscat. We produce 60% of Malvasia, 20% of Teran, and approximately 10% of Muscat Momianski, and the rest are a bit of international varieties such as Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. And we produce altogether approximately 100,000 bottles per year of high quality wines. And here we have our barrique room. Of course, along our fresh line, we have also our red varieties, red wines in oak, strictly in oak, and our Malvasias in big oak barrels of 4,000 liters. And today I will have a pleasure with you all to taste our 100% Malvasia Unica, vintage 2018. So the winemaking process, we make a special selection of the best grapes of Malvasia Istarska, of the best parts of our vineyards, and everything is handpicked. So first we make a fine selection, and small batches of grapes are gently crushed and pressed, and then transferred to 4,000 liters oak big barrels for 7 days cold maceration, and afterwards fermentation. And the wine is aged 12 months in these big oak barrels on fine lees. The wine, as I have here, the wine features really nice, lovely straw yellow colors with really nice golden tones. And in the glass, it's crystal clear and full-bodied. And the nose, we feel elegant rip pear, followed by dried grass, dried almonds, a bit of fig, and really elegant vanilla. At the palate, the wine is dry, warm and soft, while retaining a really nice, lovely freshness that comes from our white soil rich in clay and in marl. It is mineral with a full body, and it's really nice, well balanced with a lovely finish. It is harmonious, and you have this really nice silky buttery almond finish in the aftertaste. This wine is 2018, so it's still young, but can age 10 more years. And for food pairing, I would suggest Polish dishes that would go really nice along with Unica. So for fish, I would suggest royal carp, trout, or salmon. Then I would also pair it with mushroom soup, pierogi, really nice, sauerkraut, or of meats, I would prefer roasted turkey or chicken. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Pierogi. Well, do you know pierogi?
Yes, I know. They are really nice and good.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so tell me, you mentioned it, but the total production of this wine is
Total production, it's about 8,000 bottles per year of this wine.
8,000 bottles.
8,000, yes.
Okay, and the price is
The price is 15 euro
15 euro
at the winery, at
at the
our
wine.
shop. Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anna. That was really nice and interesting. And stay with us if there is any comments in the chat.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye-bye. Stay with us, please.
Thank you.
Great.
Bye.
Yeah, we speed up a little as this is the number 6. Number 7 is Viña Catunar and Moreno. Hello, Moreno. Good evening. Are you with us? Moreno, hello. Yes, he's with us. Hi. Good evening.
Hi, good evening to everyone.
Good evening. Right, so this is your time. Go on.
Okay, my name is Moreno. I'm the sales manager in the winery and I am representing the winery. Our core business is winemaking, but we have a small hotel where every wine lover can enjoy and can visit us. The Catunar family has been rooted for generations in these parts of Istria, and we have a long tradition of winemaking. We currently cultivate 50 hectares of vineyards, and we give special attention to our autochthon grape varieties like Malvasia and Teran. We produce Muscat Blanc and Muscat Rosé that are from Istria and Algarve. We also produce wines of the other international grape varieties like Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Cabernet Franc. But we train more the vineyards of autochthon grape varieties. We produce wines in different styles. We produce sparklings, some white, easy summer wines, aged wines like today. And like Ivan from Vinista told you, the terroir of Western Istria, Brtonigla, where we are, it's really one of the most specific in Croatia. Our vineyards are located on 4 different types of soil we have in our vineyards: the red soil, the black soil, the white soil, and the gray soil. Maybe about this picture I can tell you more. This picture is surrounding our. These vineyards are surrounding our winery, and we have on this location that is called Žmergo, we have approximately 35 hectares on this location that it's really close to the winery. We can go on the next slide. Okay, we really like to experiment with wines, with some grapes, and in every harvest we experiment with some grape variety like Malvasia or Teran, in order to get to know the variety better and to get and to understand the potential of the grape in every year after. One of the first experiments was in 2003. When we decided to produce aged Malvasia that we have continued after, and now we call that Malvasia Colina, that I will represent you today. We can go on the next slide.
First question: what does it mean, Colina?
Colina, it's in Italian some vineyards some positions that are really storm, and it's the name of the vineyard of the position of the wines of the Jumergo.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we can go. Now I will present you the Malvasia Colina, the vintage 2015. What I can say, only the best grapes from 4 different types of soil, from 4 different locations, are hand selected, hand harvested, hand picked in the vineyard, and then hand selected in the winery. The fermentation process and the maceration process was for 15 days, the cold maceration, the cryo maceration. And after the fermentation, we use the autochthon yeast for the fermentation, wild yeast that we produce. And after the fermentation, we go for the pressing. And then we go in a large oak barrels of 25 hectoliters, the combination of French and Slavonian oak, for 2 years to 2.5 years. It depends of the year and depends of the vintage, of course. This wine that you can taste, it's a golden antique color with an intense flavor of complex aroma. In this wine, we have the primary notes and the secondary notes of aging. We want to in this wine to have some character of the Malvasia, but we want to have the signature of the winemaker, that it's a big structure, rounded palate, and the long finish after when you try it. In a palate is really opulent, dense, and complex. Aromas are of the apricots, white pepper, clove, and that's about it. What I can tell about you, the seller price is 23 euro in the cellar. Okay, I see that it's one question here.
It's 23 euro. Sorry, 23 euro.
It's the seller price here in the winery. Yeah.
Okay, and the production is
10,000 bottles. The aging potential for me now, it's maybe it's too young because it's only 1 year in a bottle. It's 2017. It's 5 years old, but I think that the potential would be in 3 years to 5 years at his full potential.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Moreno, and
thank you to you and to Vinistra.
Thank you, and stay with us. Stay with us if there is any questions coming in chat. And
thank you.
Now, thank you. And now it's Josip and Dvorec Bielaj, and another one, Malvasia. Josip, hello. Hello. So, no, Josip. Well, good news, folks. Good news is, while waiting for Josip, good news that Italians were watching this seminar and they decided, hi, Josip. Yeah, so, hello, the microphone. I can't hear you. You're mute. Now?
Hi, Piotr.
Hi, Josip. Great. Good to see you and good to hear you. And this is your time. Go on, please.
Hi, Piotr. We have few fun facts regarding our property. One of them is that basically we are the youngest winemakers here. but I could say that we are with the biggest tradition of planting the wine in Istria. More than 600 years of the history of planting wine trees all around this beautiful castle, Chateau Belay. We can say they start their living life together. So on some first sketches of Castle Belay from 16th century, we have also around the castle wine trees all around it. It's same today. 12 hectares around the property. All around the property behind the castle, we have a Chardonnay, and in front, what you can see on the picture now, we have Malvasia, 6 hectares. From the left side, we have some new wine trees from Merlot and Pinot Noir, but only 2 hectares. So as you can see, we are a chateau type of winery, so all the production is around the property, and we are owner of the 19th century oldest with the solid rock floor basement where all our wines are aging. So definitely that is heritage from Austrian Hungarian Empire. What is interesting, as you can see here from the left side, the smaller building is that old basement where our old wine are aging on in perfectly in great conditions. Let's say one more fun fact: we are the most eastern part of Istria, so we are closest to Poland. Let's say more regional to Poland. What we want to present you today is our premium product, but from 2016. It's Malvasia selection, Dvorec Belaj, also from the oldest part at our property. It's more than 60 years. No, 1962 was planted, and we have 2 hectares of that part of the vineyard. Malvasia is macerated for 3 days, and it was aged 1 year in Slavonian oak, so it's dark oak, works robur, and then a bit more than 1 year in our cellar, in our basement. We present here 2016, and soon it will be Lana Vidic. Soon it's my cat and wife, sorry. And it's all almost finished. 17 and 18 we didn't produce, and 19 will be at the market in 2 months. So basically, we try to have the same style. It depends regarding the year about results. What you can see, lovely madam from Kabola, thank me the punchline that because I'm also a sommelier and I'm making all the time wine pairings, and I didn't try pierogi never, but I see that it's something like our ravioli stuffed with the potatoes and the spinach, and you can make a cheese. I presume that is some soft cheese like Croatian skuta. So usually this my Malvasia I recommend with such kind of dishes. So for me, with your pierogi would be really excellent. I have Malvasia here. On the nose, it is a bit different. What I noticed the difference from this Malvasia and all other Malvasia in Istria, it has some herbal punch. You try now, so you can see immediately is that true or not. Beside all this lovely spectre of Malvasia, which includes white flowers and and some, of course, white pepper or cardamom. You can feel definitely here some herbal notes, which makes this Malvasia even fresher than it is. 2016 age potential from this point of this Malvasia will not be 3 to 5 years because we have only 400 bottles more. But if we have a bigger amount, it would last 3 or 5 years definitely. So this Malvasia we raised on sandy and white soil, marl. I think regarding vinification, what you need to know that 230 meters above the sea, we have vineyards less than 4 kilometers by air connection from the sea, and we have nice wind protection from the mountain Uchka, because we are just below our mountain Uchka. So no cold winds, no frost in our property, and no fog at our property, almost never. So
okay, so you're coming back to pierogi. It's not a
it's not such
pierogi.
you have I believe you have lots of better food, but this wine is very rustical, and when I try to check pierogi, I believe that it's some rustical food. It's not something which you will serve in the best restaurants, like best what you can give. But it's rustical. You see, our property is very rustical. Wine is also like that. So that's why I think it would be for everyday use, like pierogi can be everyday use. So,
Okay. And you're from the eastern part, so you're close to Rijeka. You're next to.
We are only 30 minutes driving from Opatija and Rijeka. Only 30 minutes driving.
Okay.
When you pass the tunnel, you go left immediately, and you see the beautiful castle from 16th century. I will be over there with a glass of wine, and
That's yeah. Okay. So this will take about 12 hours, I believe. Maybe 13. Yeah.
yes.
After the tasting, of course, when we finish. Good. Great. Thank you very much.
I didn't tell just export price is 14 euro, and 20 euro is price at the property.
20 euro at the property, and 2016 it's only 400 bottles, but the next vintage.
Yeah, 17-18 we didn't put on the market. It was not good year at that vineyard. 19 it will be in the month at the market 2,000 bottles.
2,000 bottles.
Yes.
19. Okay.
We just change. It is not anymore Bordeaux bottle. It's Burgundy bottle from now. It will be in Burgundy bottle. It will be different design only.
Okay.
Same
Thank
style.
you very much. Thank you, Moreno, and hope to see you soon, or in Bielaj, or in Poland, with the big plate of pierogi, full of pierogi. See you soon. Thank you. Any questions to Moreno? He's still with us. And now, yes, that's it. That's it for the whites. And now we pass to the red wines. And this is, again, Sabina from Viña Laguna. Sabina. Hello. Hello, Sabina. Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
We hear you. We
One
see
more
you.
time, me.
Yeah.
Great.
So you produce.
Tell me.
Just let me remind, you produce not only wine but also cheese and oil.
Exactly. So our core business is wine, but we also have a small cheese factory, and of course we are producing olive oil, which is quite usual here in Istria. So I started with white wine. So I've broken ice with white, and now I will break the ice with the red. I hope you will enjoy it. So the picture you will see, it's our barrique hall. But of course, I will start first in the field, so in the vineyards. Our wine that you would taste it today, it's Festiglia Castello, so our premium red wine. It's a cuvée, it's a blend from a few varieties, mostly Merlot, then Cabernet Franc, and a small hint of Cabernet Sauvignon. So all the location of our wines are really close to the sea. Only the Merlot, it's the same location as Malvasia Festiglia, so red, shallow, rocky clay, 110 approximately elevation from the sea. Other 3 more locations where we have, for example, the Cabernet Sauvignon, it's the closest red location that we have to the sea, between 300 and 500 meter. But it's really, really close. And the other 2 locations that we have, Franc, also on red soil, but nearer to the sea. So on the barrique hall that you saw in the first picture, we have 500 barrique, mostly French oak. There are a small quantity of Croatian oak, but French tonnellerie. So what was the idea? The idea is to pick the grapes in the perfect ripening period, aged alone. So normally fermented separately and aged in the barriques alone for 12 months. And after that, when the wine is ready, we are tasting actually all the barriques. We are saw the potential, and then we choose the best combination of Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Cabernet Sauvignon to produce our Castello. So we are actually playing with barriques because we have different producer, different tonnellerie, different producer of French oak. We also using old oak and a small quantity of new oak. So every year we are changing some small amount of the barriques to just to give it a hint of the new flavors from the new oak. So at the end, the production of our Castello, it's around 20,000 bottles. So it's limited quantity because from the Festiglia range, we also producing 100% Merlot Festiglia and 100% of Cabernet Sauvignon. So after 12 months of aging in the oak, after making a blend of the Castello needs some time to rest and stay in a stainless steel for approximately 5 to 6 months. So need time to rest a bit. When we actually fill it into the bottle, we also need time to give the wine to develop into the bottle. So let's say you are tasting right now the vintage 2018, and we started selling the wine a few months ago. So the releasing, it's 3 years and more. But the potential of those wines is actually really high because we started with a project of Castello in 2008, and we actually are every year, every 2-3 years, we are actually making let's say a tasting of all vintages to see how the wines developed. So the production it's 20,000 bottles, and the price on the shelf it's around 11 euros. This is the same price as the Malvasia Festiglia. So let's say that our premium range, it's quite on the same price range on the shelf here in our cellar.
And the production of Malvasia Festiglia is also
it's a bit higher. It's around between 15 and 16,000 bottles. It all depends on the years, and of course, it's all depend on the blocks of vineyards that we find suitable for our Malvasia Festiglia.
Okay, and this one is 20,000. Yes.
20,000. Yeah, it's limited
Okay.
because of the barriques. So we have around 500 barriques, and we still need to find for the other wines. But as I said, the first is Castello, so the best of our barrique, and after that we are choosing for the other wines, so Festiglia, Merlot, and Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay, so some comments. There was a question about the eucalyptus on the nose, and lovely balanced wine. Yeah, so they like it. I believe.
Thank you. I'm very happy about that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Sabina.
much.
Thank you, and stay with us if any other questions come. And now this is not an easy word. First name Nedielka and sausage wines, sausage and Teran di Nonno Giorgio sausage winery. Hello, hi.
Hello, hi.
Good evening. Yes.
Good evening.
We hear you, we see you, and your first
Okay,
name is
so
Nedielka.
yeah, it's Nedelka. It's like on Italian, it's like Domenica or Sunday on English.
Sunday, that's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. So my name is Nedelka Krupljan. I am sommelier for wine and for olive oils. I'm third generation in Croatia for sommelier for olive oils. That is very good. And tonight I present winery sausage. So the winery sausage, it's a small family winery. They produce 70,000 liters per year. And the vineyards have 12 hectares on the place called Lascici. So it's very close to Viginada. And Viginada in Istria, it's very famous for wine. So the vineyards, it's on Red Soul. The altitude is 250 meters. And the winemaker Adriano Sosic, it's 5 generation, and he is also the owner, and he produces 8 different labels. But also the winery sausage, they produce also olive oils and some labels for distillate. So when you come to winery, you can try everything what they have. Okay, so in the vineyards, the lot of vineyards, it's a part for Malvasia. So Malvasia, it's 65% of productions. After that, it's Teran. So Teran, it's 35% of vineyards. And the 5%, it's going for product Muscat. Okay, so today we present Teran, the Teran di Nonno Giorgio. So it's 100% of Teran. And the Nonno Giorgio was Nonno from Adriano. And this wine, it's Adriano making for his Nonno. So it's a memory of him. Okay, so like I said, 100% of Teran, it's 30% of alcohol. So the fermentation, it's in still tank, and the maturation, it's 10 days. So after that, 53% of Teran is going on 2 big barrels, oak barrels. It's 500 liters. And 47% of Teran is going to barrique. So we have 4 barrels of barrique. After that, it's going everything in a bottle, and it's staying in the bottle also 12 months. After that, it's going out. This Teran, it's very special. It's a limited edition. They have only 2,500 bottles. And on the nose, it's great aromas of caramella, vanilla, dark chocolate. Like when the wine is opening, you can feel that grapefruits, dry plum. It's very, very, very nice wine. Also, when I tasting this wine, It's very warm, soft, and it's when you try, you can feel that soft tannins. It's very soft, very good balance with alcohols, tannins, and freshness. And aftertaste, it's like vanilla. It's like it's sherry. So for me, this wine is something special. It's 2017, and I think that this wine have potential 10 years, almost 10 years, maybe more. And I will pairing this wine with maybe wild deer in blueberry sauce, with homemade Istrian pasta. It's called fuji. So the lot of people in Istria, they hunting truffles, but they also hunting wild animals. So I will pairing this with deer. And if you come, so you must come to the winery, because the family sausage they building the new degustation room. So for you, this terran, it costs 130 kunas. It's almost like 70 euro.
17.
17 euro, yes, sorry. 17 euro, yes.
17 euro, and the production is around?
It's like I said, it's limited edition. It's 2,500 bottles only.
2,500, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the term hunting truffles. This is it sounds very dynamic, hunting truffles. Some comments. Very unique nose, lovely, a lot of acidity, good to pasta and meat. And what are the origins of terran? What are the origins of terran? This is the origins of terran, of the variety.
What are the origins of terran? Taste is very unique. What is the origins of terran? It's
where it comes from.
Full, where it's come from. I don't understand the questions.
Well, the variety.
Yes, terran. It's autochthon sort from Istria.
It's a sort from Istria. So this.
Yes, terran. I'm sorry, I didn't tell. So in Istria, you have two very famous autochthon sorts. So for the white wine, it's Malvasia, and for red wine, it's terran. So terran, it's autochthon sort from Istria. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nedielka.
Thank you very much, Nedelka. Okay.
Nedelka, sorry,
okay.
Nedelka.
Yeah.
I will try better. Yes, for next time. Thank you, and stay with us. Apparently, the wine, they like this wine. Thank you. And now,
thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. This is another difficult first name, which is Żelka Damianic. Zejka Damianic, yes. So, hello, Mrs. Damianic. Well, that's the best way. Mrs. Damianic, please join us. And Damianic wines. Yeah. Mrs. Damianic. Hello. Hi. Hello. So, we hear you, we see you, and this is your time.
Thank you very much. So good evening, everybody. My name is Željka Damjanić, and I have a great pleasure to introduce you to our family winery called Damjanić. So in front of you, you can see the picture of my husband. So although the history of the winemaking in the family is very old, he had to start all over again. So something a little bit about the history. So the history is more than 200 years old, and I can't say which generation we are, because some of the generations of winemaking were skipped in our family. So at the beginning of the 20th century, we were one of the richest and the strongest families in the area. So we are situated close to Poreč on the West Istrian coast, 2 kilometers far from the See, and this valley was planted 100 years ago with vineyards that belonged only to us. The family was even so strong that they sent in 1928 one red blend to Paris, and they won the Grand Prix of Paris for that red blend. And today, this is one of the oldest medals for Croatian wine, so in Croatia. This wine tradition was stopped during the time of Yugoslavia. So the family lost 35 hectares of their property and they were left with 5 hectares only. And the brothers of the family divided that between themselves. And then the generation of the parents of my husband didn't do anything with the agriculture or the wine. In 1999, my husband was studying agronomy and then enology, and he started making wine from one small vineyard of his grandfather. That was the vineyard of 0.3 hectares. And that was his hobby, so his side job. And then in 2004, he planted the first hectare of the vineyard and he bought the first tractor. And that is how everything started. So today we have 10.5 hectares. We are doing around 70,000 bottles per year. We are doing 11 labels of wine. We have sparkling wine, we have white wines, dry wines, so red wines, we have semi-sweet wines, sweet wines, we have an olive oil as well. And that's it. So our vineyards are situated 30 to 5 meters above the sea level. We have a red deep soil. We have typical Istrian grapes like Malvasia, Teran, and Borgonia. And we have also the international grapes as well. So today I'm going to introduce you to our Duro Istriano. So Duro Istriano means the tough Istrian. It is the expression for the stubborn Istrian guy who thinks he knows everything better. Duro Istriano is the most typical blend of the Istrian red grapes. So in the past, people used to have Teran as the main red grape, but they used to have also Borgonia. Borgonia is, as a grape, very light and fruity. Teran once was very tough, very hard, and very strong, very structured. And to make it a little bit more drinkable, let's say it like that, they used to mix it with Borgonia, with this light and very fruity grape. For this kind of blend, the family won in 1928 as well this big golden medal, Grand Prix. We have 50% of Borgonia inside, 50% of Teran. So the grapes were hand-picked. The maceration lasted for 6 days, and then we had the fermentation in stainless steel tanks. And then the wine aged in the smaller barrels, so the barrique barrels and the bigger barrels of 1,000 liters. So we are always talking about the oak barrels. The wine is very nice and fruity, but it has also this touch of Teran, so it is also very structured. It has the aromas of berries, so blueberries, raspberries, ripe cherries. But we can feel also in the mouth the notes of red pepper and cloves. We can combine it with a nice grilled meat or with even some blue fish. And the potential is 7 to 8 years, and I think that is it.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Damianic. Thank you. And tell me the price of this wine.
The price in the cellar is 15 euros, and we are producing around 3,500 liters. Sorry, bottles. 3,500 bottles.
Okay. Great. I like the name Duro Istriano. This is That's something.
So Duro Istriano means stubborn, tough Istrian.
Yeah.
The nonno, the grandfather of my husband, was Duro Istriano. My husband is also a Duro Istriano. So on a memory for his family, we made Duro Istriano as a label.
Duro Istriano. Okay, I like it. Okay, enjoyed and enjoyed a lot. Lovely, very nice wine. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, I somebody commented about Borgogna. Ivan commented about Borgogna.
Yeah.
So
So this is
Borgogna, the name of Borgogna derives from the French region Bourgogne. People believe that Borgogna was brought by the troops of Napoleon Bonaparte at the beginning of the century, and they called that wine Borgogna. Then it was believed that Borgogna is Gamay, French Gamay. Today, or 15 years ago, so we concluded that Borgogna is blue Frankish. So it is.
So this is Kek Frankos. Ivan forgot to put
Yes.
Kek Frankos. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Damjanic. And folks, this is the last wine now. Benvenuti Winery and Nicola Benvenuti. Yes. Hello, Nicola or Nicola. Hello. Duro Istriano. So Duro Polacco. Same. Hi. Good evening. Can't hear you. The microphone. Press the microphone. The other icon. The camera is on and the microphone is perhaps red still. Now, yes.
Hi, yes.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes. Hello.
So this is your time, Nicola. Go on, please.
Thank you very much. Hello to everyone. Good evening, Poland. I'm Nicola Benvenuti from the winery Benvenuti. We are located in the central part of Istria. We are on the halfway between sea and the first mountains, and that reflects our typical microclimate. So we have very, we can say, colder nights and very warm days. Altitude of our vineyards are in between 100 and 400 meters above sea level. About soil, we are in area of white carbonatic soil, which is composed of flesh and clay, so quite a poor soil. We are family-owned winery by my brother and me. We started with our father to producing wine after 2000, and we have a small piece of vineyard also from our grandfather planted in 1946. Today we grow 22 hectares of vineyards in totally, and we are focused on typical indigenous grape of Istria, which mean Malvasia as a typical white wine and Teran as a typical red. And these two varieties are 95% of our production, so of our vineyards. So it's about 65% of Malvasia and 30% of Teran. Other 5% we produce a sweet wine from Muscat and 3 international red varieties, from which we make one blend. We sell 70% of our wines in Croatian market, and 30% we export in 12 different countries. We can go on the Teran, which you will taste today. So it's a Teran Anno Domini 2017. We call it Anno Domini because we produce it only in good vintages. So there are some vintages in past we skip. This 2017, it was a very nice vintage, especially for Terran. We make a very low production per hectare, which means about 25 hectoliters per hectare, or 4,000 kilos of grape per hectare. So we always make this green harvest in end of July, starting August, and then harvest, of course, by hand, normally in middle October. So it's 100% Terran with 14% of alcohol, very full body wine. We age it for 2 years in oak barrels. We normally use 90% of Slavonian oak and 10% of French oak. Slavonian oak, it is always big oak barrels, which mean 2,000 to 2,500 liters. And French oak, we use sizes of 500 liters. So we combine 90% big oak casks and 10% small of 500 liters. It's a wine of a big potential also for aging and keeping a long time. It's a recommendation to start drink after 3 years because we keep it 2 years in barrels and 1 year in bottles before release it on the market. But it's a wine can be enjoyed also after more than 15 and 20 years. So I hope you will enjoy it today. So that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Nicola. Tell me the price.
Yes, I forgot the price. The price in our tasting room is 18 euro, and the annual production of this Terran, it's around 15,000 bottles. Depends of the vintage, but we are always close this number. Total production of the winery is around 110,000 bottles.
110 in total. Okay. Well, first comments, awesome, very elegant, and thank you for the great wines. And we invite you. This lady runs a restaurant in Szczecin. So yes, keep this message.
We can invite her also
for
in
dumpling
Istria.
testing. Yeah, let's go all west. Yeah, to Szczecin. Good. Thank you very much, Nicola. I believe it was a really, really interesting tasting and seminar. And let's continue. I believe the wine tourism in Croatia, in Istria, is something important, and there's many Poles to come. So let's them visit the wineries.
Yes, we have many visitors during the year, so it's more than 300,000 visitors in Istria who comes for wine or gastronomy. So I invite you all to come and see and, of course, taste.
One day we all come. Great. Thank you very much. Ivan, are you with us? Or Ivan, perhaps? Better. Very complicated, the first names in Croatian. So Zejka, Nedelka is his name. Good.
Ivan? Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for being part of this tasting, this webinar. I hope that you learned something about Istria that you didn't know and that you enjoy our wines, especially our Malvasia and Terran. I see with the comments that the reds are maybe your favorite today, but I will say that we have a lot of other wines that are interesting too. So I will invite you all to Istria to try our wines and to visit our wineries, especially during the summer or in the warm time. So you can also take a swim in our beautiful sea.
Or let's hunt for the truffles. Yeah, in
Also,
October.
also.
That's something, something an adventure, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to you, and hope to see you soon in Istria or in Poland. And yes, thank you for being with us, the attendees and the producers, of course. And do not forget, we meet next week on Tuesday, because on Monday it's St. Valentine's Day and we are off for this day. On Tuesday, and Styrian wineries. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Ivan. And
thank you.
Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sad mi je pala jedna stvar na pamet. U našem novom području.